The Batman effect, or the Rapunzel effect, is a manipulation that helps children to step back from the situation and achieve some degree of what we call psychological distance. It's easier to recognize what is the right thing to do when you're not up close and personal yourself, when you're not the one who's struggling.
In this example, it was an emotion regulation task where children were shown a prize they could play with, but the prize is locked away in a transparent box. And there's a set of keys to open the box. So we present children with a large key ring and tell them that one of these keys is going to open this box, and if you can open it, then you can play with the toy. And we tell them that it can get frustrating because there are so many keys, and that other kids find it helpful to pretend to be somebody else, like Batman, while they're attempting to do it.
In order to play with this really fun toy, you have to find the right key to open the box, right? So what do you have to do to play with the toy inside?
Unlock it.
Unlock the box and find the right key. So some kids like to pretend that they're somebody else while they're playing this game when they get frustrated. So that's what I want you to do today. So they try to pretend to be somebody that would be a really hard worker. You get to pick one of these characters to pretend to be. Which one of these do you want? Batman? Okay, so while you're playing this game, I want you to think to yourself, how is Batman feeling when you get frustrated, okay? And I'm gonna set up this computer so that it says, how is Batman feeling, to help you remember.
How is Batman?
You see that? Okay, so can you say that? Can you say, how is Batman feeling?
How is Batman feeling?
Good job. Okay, so remember, if you get frustrated, just ask yourself, how is Batman feeling?
Sometimes we see children actually respond to the prompt during the measure. So, for example, Sammy listened to how is Batman feeling, and each time that prompt occurred, he responded and said, good.
I'm not sure if this one is
How
right.
is Batman feeling?
Good.
We think that this is helping them remember the character that they're pretending to be, and we will see some kids respond to that, and it's possible that in that case it did kind of help him persevere with this frustrating task. Sometimes we'll see children respond more angrily to the prompt, especially in the condition where they're not pretending to be somebody else, they're just being themselves. In that case, the prompt is, how are you feeling? And we do see that children become more frustrated. It's actually detrimental to their emotion regulation when they're getting kind of more wrapped up in their own thoughts and feelings.
I'm not sure. Come on. Okay.
So we often see kids will engage in self-talk during the emotion regulation task. And this is a form of a coping mechanism that is something that we as adults engage in all the time too, sometimes more under our breath. But kids will often do this out loud.
How is Rapunzel feeling?
In the case of Zoe, we saw that she did take advantage of the kind of out that we give children in that experiment, which is to set the keys down on the table to indicate that you're done trying. And so it could be that she became, overly frustrated and sort of maybe demoralized, maybe believing that none of the keys would actually open the box, and of course that was the case. But what we see on average is that when kids are doing this task and pretending to be somebody else, is that they will tend to work harder and longer before they put the keys down or before the experimenter comes back.
I think that's very much what's going on to some degree in the Batman effect, that the costume, the adoption of a character allows children to achieve some psychological distance from the situation. But of course, it's also inspirational and encourages children perhaps to aspire to their best possible performance.